We are here for the first ever Northern Lights podcast where we're going to talk about the first, 5 days of season 2 of Survivor. And I'm joined with my partner in crime, Lene, and the resident VCD artist himself, Styles. So we're here to talk about everything that's happened so far. So I think the easiest way to do it is to just go through each tribe separately.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
That works for me. Whatever you're feeling.
Okay. Let's start with who hasn't gone twice. Let's start with Tara. They've only gone once. They voted out Gianna at their first.
Tara was Cash walking.
Oh, Cash. Okay. So yeah, Cash left.
Great, sweetie.
Well, I've been reading all the people that are still in, not the people who are already out. So whatever. Okay, so Cash walked. They've yet to actually vote someone out officially. Can we talk about Bear? Because I feel like everything leads back to Bear.
Always.
I've never played with Bear. I don't know who she is, but is she always this like...
I don't know. I also haven't played with Bear, but I am living for this like chaotic energy thing that's going on. Like I feel like Bear's just everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Bear is definitely the cause of a lot of drama on the tribe, which I'm not surprised about because there's just such a dynamic personality there.
Mm-hmm.
Their mind changes a lot, and they also they're not the only one playing messy, but they're the one that's them and one other person that we're going to talk about is the person that's like kind of getting exposed for it the most, because there are some other rumblings as well. But Bear is just everywhere, making alliances everywhere. It's just a ball of energy, and I think she's like a good player, but she could be an early boot, possibly.
Well, because I'm reading through all of her stuff, and like they would have someone like we're good. They have a good conversation, but then she would just like keep pushing it more and more, and then it would get people like a little sussed out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I don't even think that like she realizes that she's doing that. So it's like when she goes back to her DR, she's just like, "Oh, I'm having so much fun," and I'm like, "Do you understand what you just did?"
I'm working on it.
Like, girl, what is happening in your life?
I think the thing with her is a lot of the reason that she's like having trouble is like the majority alliance, the core four, whatever you want to call that. Like they're a bunch of very like kind of mellow, like more normal people, whereas Bear's very like unique personality. You know what I mean? They're all unique, but Bear is like so eccentric and energetic, and like she just wants to talk and talk and talk and talk and talk, and clearly they're maybe a little bit more introverted, so it's like not working as good. You know what I mean? Like she's making good bonds, but no one really trusts her.
Yeah. If this were an actual season of Survivor, Bear's the one you hope makes it super far because they're like the most entertaining, fun person to watch. But it's like, oh, I don't know if it's gonna happen.
I hope it does.
I think the tribe, they have a strong tribe. I think if she can just escape and she gets into like a decent swap position, she could go very, very far because she's like kind of so chaotic that like everyone's going to be like, oh, I'm not going to worry about her. She's like Carolyn from the current season on TV.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
why are you not?
I say yeah, and I haven't even watched it. But yeah, totally.
Yeah, I think that if she makes the swap, I think one, they jump ship, which is great. And then if they just make it to merge, who knows what goes on from there.
Core 4 definitely does not stick together. 1,000%.
No, these people are all snakes. They're all snakes. Can we talk about Derek? Because I've played with Derek before. He was an early boot, but he's fun to watch play because he's just really good.
I feel like I haven't seen much of Derek.
He's a charmer. That's the thing. He's a charmer. He's not everywhere. He's not like talking to every single person, but he makes really good bonds with like a certain few people. And on this tribe, it's all the guys.
Always the penises.
And then Sam. I think he's just like comes off as really loyal, but I can tell he's thinking. You know what I mean? He like recognizes some people, or he recognizes that Luke is in a good social position. Like he recognizes these things. He's very socially aware. I think what really is going to propel him if he does go far. For sure.
Yeah, I agree.
And he's in 2 alliances right now, right?
Yeah.
What's the other one?
Disappear into thin air.
There's the one with Sam and Derek and Peter and Luke, right?
Yeah.
Oh, is it the Mean Girls one?
Yeah, and then there's one with Isaiah, Derek, and I don't know who else is in that one. Off
Yeah,
the top
he's
of
Did
my
you
not-
head.
guys see that I renamed the Mean Girls one last night? I thought it was hilarious. She
What
was-
did, what
Sam
did
was
you
like,
name
"Can
that
you-"
to? What is that?
She said, "Can
Oh,
you
the Core
rename this
4.
to the Mean Girls Please LOL?" So I named it to the Mean Girls Please LOL. And she
Oh,
just, and there's no bot to show that it was me, and I was like, I didn't do that.
They asked like
I
they
know.
asked what they asked for you to do that. Maybe they didn't
Somebody
want
pinged
that
and called
information.
us trolls, and I was like, "Woo."
I know. I actually Luke texted me about or Luke. I think I was like on video games with Luke, and he was mentioning. I was like playing a game, and he was watching me play, and he's like, "Oh, what the hell is this, man? Like, you should see this." And he was cracking up. You know what I mean? It's hilarious.
I can't wait for people to find out that you and Luke are like real life best friends.
wait, are you really?
Yeah, me and Luke are like
Yeah.
best friends. It's fucking hilarious because he is literally playing the exact same way as like I did when I first started playing games. It's literally hilarious, like the way he connects with people and stuff. And he's already getting messy as fuck, like he is. He's-
Oh, for sure.
Well,
They are
today
onto
I saw
him.
people talking about him today, like a
Mhm.
little bit like sussed out.
No.
It's
Yeah.
so good. I'm excited to see what he does in the next couple days.
Mhm.
How do we feel about Sam? Because I mean, I think we've all played with Sam.
Yeah.
She's one of the best players I've played with. And I think that people both know that, but know that right now she's still an asset in comps and stuff.
I'm kind of surprised with Sam because when she came in, she was like, "I'm gonna suck at Survivor. I don't know anything about Survivor. Like, I'm gonna flop." And then it was like 3 minutes into the game, she's holding an idol. And I'm like,
Yes.
"Girl, you just said you suck." So crazy to me. She got it so quick for somebody that doesn't follow it. How I
She
don't even
did. She was the
remember
first person to really find it legitimately because like
Mhm.
Steve found it in his way.
Mhm.
We'll talk about that later. But
Well, and she
But-
won the first immunity.
Yeah.
I think she
But I
might be
think
her
that-
own worst enemy.
Yeah. I think that she's coming in a little too hard as far as comps go. She might be okay to play it socially, but I think that if she continues this, they're gonna she'll go out like way before they get to merge.
Yeah. Well, and it's interesting this like dynamic she has with Bear
Mhm.
because like they both want to get along, but also they just kind of don't mesh super well.
Did you see them going like at each other the other day and Brian called it out? I was like, ooh,
Yeah, I was like, oh, the tension.
like that's some ballsy stuff they're throwing back and forth there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're gonna come to a head eventually. They're just kind of like forced to work together because their ally, like actually more so, like I think Isaiah was being like, "Yo, we have to like get in good with Sam," and
Mhm.
just Sam like over text comes off in a different way than she does over voice, and she could
Mhm.
say something, and
Yes.
people like completely perceive it differently. Like today, she went to Luke and talked about like, "I really hope you're not a target because you sat out of the immunity challenge," and Luke is like bugging out about that.
Freaking out because
Yeah.
like, why would you say that, Sam? But it's like,
Yeah.
yeah,
She's
no,
pretty honest. Like it's a real thought, but it's something that might get her in a little bit of trouble later, especially considering she's such a beast at the challenges. You know what I mean? If someone feels like
Yeah.
she's like either talking down to them or trying to scheme on them, her already being such a threat in terms of
Mhm.
challenges is just going to add to that. And like I actually do think she will go to the merge because she's going to help her tribe so much.
I don't
but
think
she's
anyone's
gonna
gonna
be-
want to get rid of her while they can use her in like tribe or like team challenges.
I would
mean,
be
I
shocked.
think it depends on how they start doing because if they can get rid of like some of these players that aren't really as active, they won't need her as much because they're all pulling their weight as far as comps go too.
That's true. I mean, I don't really see this tribe in particular going back to tribal until a swap.
I don't
So
either. Mm-mm.
They have
then
some monsters.
I feel like there's all of this stuff going on, and then there's like Peter, and I don't know where he fits.
They all seem to like Peter.
Mm-hmm.
But
He
I don't
doesn't
really
say
know
a
what he
lot.
did.
Like he doesn't
No.
like really like speak up as much as some of these other people do.
I think that Peter potentially could be one of those people where if they have to go to tribal, he very much could go because even though they have a connection with him, I don't think it's nearly as strong as everybody else.
Yeah.
I actually, I'm gonna be bold with this. Through 5 days, of course, this pick could change in an hour. I think he's gonna win. I really do.
He's your
He's actually
winner
my-
pick?
He's my winner pick, man. I played with him before, And I know he's not talking a lot, but I know he's thinking a lot, and he is aware of all the dynamics. He's spot on like who these people are and how he can read them. He's that they're strategic. He sees that Luke is everywhere. He sees Barry, the same way as he knows Sam is good at challenges, and Jake is. And what I think is really smart with him is that everyone's saying, "Hey, Jake is not talking to anybody," and then he's like kind of the one that's been planting the seeds about let's keep Jake around. Jake is not a threat right now. And I think that could pay off later when Jake's, allies might be taken out. Peter is going to be helping him out, and Jake is going to be a target in front of him, That's for just some reason, my gut tells me, but I just know that he is capable of some dangerous stuff because he's gotten me before, so.
Well, it's
I
weird
was
because you
coming
have the
off.
4, and then you have the 3 with Bear, Isaiah, and Jake. And it's like if just one of those 4 wants to turn, they have an option. You know what I mean? Like they
Yep.
have the votes to make a flip.
Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting to see how that whole tribe turns out. I'm looking at updates right now, and they're all still tied on question 7.
Shit. Okay.
This would
Mhm.
be the tribe I want to see go to tribal the most because
Me
I think
too.
it's totally up in the air what happens.
Yep, I agree.
I think because Isaiah and Bear have been kind of a little bit messy and there's like that negativity around them, that one of them, or maybe even Isaiah too, I think the core 4 will stay together for now. But I think one of Peter and Luke or Sam and Derek, I think Sam and Derek are more likely to flip on the other if they go to maybe 2 straight tribals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. So if you guys had to guess right now who's the next to go on this tribe, who would you pick?
Derek,
You think Derek is going to be next?
I think so.
Really?
I think
Mhm.
I actually think Jake might stay safe because Luke is like starting to trust him, I guess, and Peter trusts him, and Bear and Isaiah have been a little bit messy the last day. I think it's going to be one of those two if they go back, unless something crazy happens.
I hope it's not, but I think it's gonna be Bear.
Me neither. I hope it's not Bear. I don't want anyone from this. I love this tribe.
I
This
know
tribe
they're
is-
so fun.
Yeah, this tribe has the most crazy players, and then some of the best players too. So it's gonna be really interesting. So
You
Yeah.
can't do your copy paste here.
I don't do copy paste. Go look. I don't who said that, by the way. Who said that?
I don't even, I think Bear.
That was the most. What? Bear's my bestie. What? How could she do that? But
Oh, yeah.
I'm nah, man. That's the most insulting thing I've ever heard. I don't actually. I can't believe that. I put so much thought, and I'm like in the middle of talking to a customer. I'm like, I gotta give them a good question, at my job. And it's like, come on, man.
Who have you been on VCDRs with?
Ooh, and it's funny. Thing is, it's pretty much been people. Literally everybody in the Terror tribe besides Derek, I've been on some kind of voice call with. Like, there's been an Alliance VC. There's been Isaiah in a lot of VCs. There's been Luke on a lot of voice
Mhm.
calls. Bear, Isaiah, and Luke are absolutely the most active voice callers, and Peter would probably be like right behind that. He's had a couple. He's had a couple with Luke. He's had his Alliance, and he had one with Isaiah today, which was interesting because they both were like trying to bullshit each other the entire time, and it was hilarious. Like, they both would give up just a little bit, and really nothing else. And it was just like one person throws bullshit and the other person throws bullshit, and I feel like they both know it too, like low key.
Those are
It's
my
fun.
favorite VCs to listen to because you're just
Yeah.
sitting there like, okay.
And it got awkward too. Like, there was like a 10-second pause at one point, and I'm like, oh my god, they're crazy. Like, Jesus, this is so
Say
this is so
something.
awkward. Yeah,
So-
I don't think that they're gonna work together.
So who's the closest bond on this tribe?
Derek and Samantha, I think. It seems they share
Yeah.
they pretty much shared everything so far.
Yeah.
Whereas like the other close bonds after that are probably like Bear and Isaiah, and like Bear and Jake. Like, those 3 are really close, I think. Ish, more so Bear and Isaiah. And Isaiah doesn't tell Bear everything and vice versa.
Did you guys
So
see
I
that
think
Wait,
float?
Yeah, I
Did
did.
you guys see
What
that
was
float
it?
behind me? What was that?
you got a ghost in your house, yeah. You got the ghost of Julian in your house.
I'm not crazy,
Not
right?
the
You saw
ghost
that,
of
Lene?
Julian. Yeah, that was creepy.
Ew. Okay.
Do
Hated
you guys
that.
think that Sam made a mistake telling Derek about her idol?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think that he'll ever narc her out to advance his
I don't.
position?
I think that idol, by the time that he's going to want to turn on her, that idol's going to be out of the game. I think that he is more social than her. So, and a lot of
Yeah,
people,
for sure.
the only person that's mentioned them as a duo is Luke. So let's say we go to a swap and they're on the same tribe together, and like Orange Ignis tribe wants to go for them. Maybe they like Derek and they don't want to blindside Derek. They tell Derek, Derek tells Sam, Sam uses it. And that's why I feel like could happen.
Okay. Interesting.
Do we want to talk about Ventus tribe?
Oh, yes.
Do we want to
please.
chat about Jake real quick or no?
Oh yeah, Jake. I don't know where he fits, honestly. A lot of people just think he's quiet.
If anybody knows Jake, they should know that that's bullshit, and this should be a red flag for them.
Wait, I've never played with Jake. What is he like?
He talks all the time.
He does.
Oh.
I played an
love
anonymous game
Jake,
with him and he does.
Yeah, he talks all day, every day, which he's kind of not here. I think he knows that he has to stay a little bit more low profile with some of the people that are here, which could be his downfall because I think that they're already talking about how he's not here a lot.
Yeah. He would be like the easy vote, but I don't think these players are playing easy on Terra Tribe. So
I think
he's
Jake is
Yeah.
safe. For sure.
I think he actually has done some really good work in the last like 48 hours. And I think
Well,
he's go ahead.
The other day they were like ready for Jake to go.
They
After
were.
that AC, oh my god.
They were, but he's kind of like he's got Peter like in his back pot. Peter like sees him as like the like his number 5, I get out of 7, his number 5. And I think Jake's problem was that he was like really comfortable with his pregame connection with Isaiah and Bear, and kind of maybe underestimated the others a bit. But now he's starting to. He's a good player, so he probably senses like maybe he's not doing a great job, and now he's got to turn that up the last couple days. You know, that's what I've sensed.
I agree. I think he realizes now that he can't sit back as low as he wanted to because it's not working for him.
It's not.
It's weird to like hit that balance, especially when like you're on a tribe with people that know you're a good player and you don't want to come off like as good as you normally are. But then if you don't come off at all, then like people get sussed out anyway. It's like it's a weird balancing act.
He owns it
Yeah,
too.
for sure.
He like talks about his placements all the time and his knowledge of the game. Like he owns that he knows the game and that he's a good player, which is I disagree with, but to each his own, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So Ventus tribe, this one is like okay. So if I think the last tribe was like snakes, these people are like they're snakes,
Oh my god.
but they don't want to like admit that they're snakes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, I 1,000% agree. I will say though that with as many like free connections as Jimmy has, he really, really latched onto Kyle quickly. And he said like multiple times, like, that's my person. He even told him about the idol. It was just like, we need to find this. And that kind of shocked me that he would like do that so early on. I mean, he told him about that within the first 12 hours or something, and was just like, this is my guy.
Yeah. I don't know either Jimmy or Kyle, but like they seem like have they played together? Do they know each other?
I don't.
That's the impression I got.
I don't think so either. I think that just they're broing out, and that just happens sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
I think Jimmy did make a mistake. I think Kyle is probably like the most untrustworthy player in the entire game. Like he's the biggest snake in the whole game, in my opinion. I love it. He's like literally one of my faves.
You think he's the biggest snake in the whole game?
He's such a snake, yo. Do you see like he gets into he like is bonding hardcore with Leah on voice call, like deep shit. And he's like, oh, I'm voting Leah out the next round.
He's like, get Leah out of here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that dude is here to play. I think that Jimmy and him will go probably like pretty far, but I think that Kyle is if Jimmy like is just like really down with Kyle, I think he's gonna regret it. I think that's
I'll
his one
be
spot.
surprised if Jimmy tells him that he found the idol, or if he'll just maintain that he doesn't have it.
Like Jimmy didn't, or he did or didn't tell him.
Instead, I'll be shocked to know if he actually does tell him. Like, because I mean, he got it this morning, but does he tell him that he got it, or does he just maintain that he's frustrated and gave up?
So he didn't tell him that he found it, right?
Not that I know of, not yet.
I don't think he. It's tough to say.
I don't think he tells anybody.
You get paranoid. I've never had an idol, so I don't like. in any game I've ever played, so I have no idea. But like I know like you could probably get a little paranoid and like, oh my god, I have an idol. Like am I in trouble tonight? Like that's where that could come out. And Jimmy will definitely get paranoid. He is a very paranoid player from what I've seen and the
Well,
experience I've had.
he says he always plays them wrong, so that's fun. He says he
Yeah.
leaves with them or he plays them wrong, so it'll be fun to see what he does with this one.
I think he's doing well. I'm happy for the guy. He hasn't played in a very, very long time. So and I think he's doing well so far.
I think Callie's paying him to play. Let's be real.
Yeah, right. That dude is working his ass off for that idol, yeah.
How do you just get Jimmy to play your game? Like, please.
I think
He
because
gave
I
her a
think Mac
number.
actually convinced him because Mac really like enjoyed the mini, and I think Mac talked him into it possibly too. I think the
That's fair.
combination of those both.
That's
I'm
fair.
kind of surprised about Leah and how she's not in a great position.
Hmm.
Because I mean, every time I've played with Leah, she's like killed it. But I feel like it's kind of like a Sam issue where everyone knows that she's gonna kill it. So they're already kind of like, I don't know if I want Leah to be around for too long.
I think they all just know how and like how she plays and what she does, and I think for now it's okay to keep her, but I think they all very much know that it's like a temporary, like you can't keep her for very long.
She's definitely the one who, like, when they think they're getting close to merge, they're gonna get rid of her.
Mm-hmm.
They are keeping her around for too long, yo.
You wanted them to vote her out Lily first.
I don't want. She's like one of my best friends. I don't want them to vote her out, but I think that Kyle and Jimmy should have voted her out.
Mm-hmm.
I think Leah's biggest weakness is just like sometimes she like is so unassuming and always is like I see the best in people, and that translates into the game. And like I've seen her, she's just very kind of gullible, and like that's her she's good strategically, she's good socially, she's good at the challenges, she's just good at everything except for like maybe the social awareness part. And that's where she's at right now, where she's like dead set, like this is my alliance with Faya, Jimmy, Kyle, and they're like, yeah, we're what the fuck are they called again? What are they called? I don't
The
remember.
Fantastic Four.
Yeah, the Fantastic Four, and like all three, like Faya's kind of with Leah, but even Faya's like kind of on their doing their own thing. But Kyle and Jimmy are just like done. Like they're with Liv, Rachel, like they got other shit going on, and Leah has no clue, not even a remote sense that they would possibly be doing that. And I think she's in a lot of trouble if they go to tribal.
Yeah.
Especially with Rachel, like their conversations are really hard for me to read. Like,
What,
they just-
Rachel and Leah?
yeah, like, oh, it's so awkward because it's like, shout out Pleth, but it's like talking to Pleth because it's like you're feeding her bullshit and she's feeding you bullshit. It's just like, how much bullshit can we feed each other? And then you just like walk away and you're like, no, I know better. And it's just like, oh crap. Like, it's
Well, I
so
think this would
hard.
be an interesting tribe to see go to tribal too, because like Faya's kind of like the linchpin, and he's the one that's like, Rachel needs to stay. I don't want Rachel to go. And I think that he would put a lot on the line to make sure that she didn't. So it's like, would that pay off? Like, would he get Princess out? He's been putting all of these little seeds in everyone's ears about Princess. So I think that would be an
Princess
interesting
would
thing
be
to
the
see
next
play
go.
out.
I think Princess goes. I don't see a world where Princess could survive a vote like this because the rest of them are so connected now with each other that Princess hasn't really been active a whole lot. So
Well, Princess and Leah are close, right?
Yeah, they think so, but they're not. Like Leah probably trusts Faya, Kyle, and Jimmy over, and
Yeah.
she's starting to really like Liv too more than Princess. But everyone's like Leah and Princess are like this, and they're really not. You know what I mean? It's hurting both of them.
yeah,
I think if Princess came out, go ahead.
I think they should have come together and like maybe the two of them should have found two others, but instead it was like Princess was kind of like left out of that. So now it's like everybody sees that, hey, I have this alliance with Leah, but Princess isn't here, so Leah's probably feeding all of that information. So everybody's kind of just like afraid to say too much for fear that it'll get back.
So if they go to tribal, should Leah fight for Princess to stay, or do you think it's in her better interest to just let Princess go?
Hell no! If she fights for Princess to go or to stay, she is done. She's in a
done.
lot of trouble right now. I think if she throws Princess's name out, it actually will really help her game because everyone's like, so worried about this duo that they might have. And if she like kind of just ditches that and gets that out of the game, her threat level might, go down a little bit. And all of a sudden, maybe people start looking at Jimmy and Kyle. You know what I mean? At some
Yeah.
point, all it takes is one slip up from those two guys because they're playing every angle. All it takes
Yeah.
is one wrong, even the perception of of anything could mess up everything they got going on. And that's all it takes. But I think Leah and Princess, one of those two are toast and bagels with butter, maybe cream cheese.
I think it almost has to be Princess though, because if you think about it, Leah was very adamant that she wanted Rachel to go, and everybody was like, no. So at this point, it's like Leah's aligned with everybody except technically Rachel and Princess. So if everybody wants to protect Rachel, and she saw that the last time, she doesn't have another option. And if she fights for Rachel to go, she loses everybody.
That's true. And where does Liv factor into all this? Because I feel like she's just kind of in like the middle of all this chaos.
Yes. Honestly, I sometimes forget that Liv is on that tribe because everybody else is just doing too much.
That's also
that's
good
good.
for Liv though, because like
Yeah.
she's not, her name isn't getting thrown out at the same time.
Mhm.
Like
And I
no
think
one's
they all
super
very
close
much
to her,
like
but she's not a target.
Yeah. And they all like her. So slay girl. I would just chill in the middle for as long as I could, and if I have to pick a side, I hope that it's at merge and I can make some new friends.
Yeah, that's true. So you guys think that Princess would be the
Ooh.
one to go if they went to tribal?
For sure.
I think that we have a few, like they're playing really hard and really socially, but strategically, a lot of the players on the tribe are being very conservative. And I think
Mhm.
that Princess is the most likely boot, followed by Leah. All it takes is like one person. If one person can get the ball rolling on a big move against Leah, I think the rest will follow. But that's no one's really like, they're all like, Leah's sus, did Leah this, but they're not committing to it, and that's what they need to make a move like that. And right now, Princess is the easy move,
Yep.
and I think at this point in the game, those kind of players, the way that they're seemingly playing, they're probably going to go with the least damaged route. You know what I mean? No one's gonna be mad if Princess goes. Where if they get Little Leah, Faye's gonna be pissed, and we're gonna go into a tribe swap, and Faye ain't working with them. You know,
Mhm.
Faye ain't working with them even if they keep Leah. You know what I mean? Imagine they get rid of her. You know what I mean? And they blindside them. You know what I
Yep.
mean? They're
I
crazy.
agree.
Also, props to Rachel because she was in a bad spot, but she's really come back since.
She put some
Yeah.
work in for sure. The
They should
last like 2 days, all I see, Rachel, 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 all the time. It's crazy.
they should have never kept her around, though. She's so good. She's so good.
Yep.
She's so freaking good.
They voted out Julian because he was inactive. Should you think they should have gotten rid of Rachel?
They don't know it, but hell yes, they should have gotten rid of Rachel. Rachel goes so far every single time. She even can win sometimes. She's like an Ashley T type person. She's a real high level player, and none of them even know it. Like none of them even have any. They all think they have Rachel in their back pocket,
Yep.
whereas Rachel has all of them in their
Yep.
back pocket right now. It's wild. It's crazy how those things change because there was a point that she was going to go home. So
Yeah.
good work by her.
Yeah. I think we talked about everyone on that tribe, right?
Yeah. Think
Okay.
so.
So our last tribe is Ignis. They've lost 2 people. They voted out Gianna and Lily. So there's only 6 people left. My MVP for this game, I'm putting it down. My winner pick is Brooke. I think Brooke is doing so well.
I love Brooke. She's
Oh, I
amazing.
thought I was gonna be like, really?
No, she's so good, yeah. The problem with her, and this is with a couple other people, is she's just so damn likable, and it's
Mhm.
gonna work against her at some point because of the
Yeah.
like the savviness of these players, like all the fluidity and all the social awareness. There's so many people that are like kind of know what's going on, or at least are trying to know what's going on, and eventually they're gonna be like, man, everyone loves Brooke. Brooke is easily winning a jury vote, and I think that's like her only downfall. Like everything else, she's great. Like the fact that she keeps sitting out and like doing bad in challenges is actually probably pretty good for her.
Yeah, that's true.
Brooke
Well-
is like the player I want to be.
So good. She's so easy to talk to. She's like the easiest person I've ever seen to talk to. It's crazy.
I know, you never leave their DR.
It's amazing.
Well, and do you think that if they stick with Floyd, that's a good move for them?
I think so.
To stick as an alliance with Floyd, yeah.
Yeah, like keep Floyd as their number one.
For Brooke, hell yes. I think Floyd is actually pretty trustworthy, to be honest.
Well, and if there's someone else who could even become kind of like a shield for her because they're also so likable, it's Floyd.
It is Floyd,
Mhm.
yo. Both of those
Love
are probably the two
Floyd.
most likable people on the tribe, like socially and whatnot.
Yeah, in the game at this point, basically.
Yeah.
I thought it was really funny today. I don't remember who it was. Somebody on that tribe, maybe Ryan or Steve. I don't know. They were like, they were talking about Floyd and they kept saying, yeah, he's been at work all day, but I totally get it. And I'm just like,
And the
yeah, he's
crazy,
really got you convinced he's at work, but that's cool.
the crazy thing is, they're like holding the same thing against Ryan, but Ryan is just not as likable as Floyd. Sorry, Ryan. Ryan's, Ryan's also somebody I know in real life. Playing terribly, yo. He's go if they go to tribal, he's out of here. So he better hope that he better go bust his ass. You know what I mean? Because that shit is done.
I'm looking for an update. Let me find an update.
Also, what is James doing?
Oh.
James is giving everyone dry
What's up
messages.
with that? Yo, what is up with that? He's
I
mad good too.
I expected so much more from James. He's
I
just so
don't
quiet.
think I've ever seen him play, but yeah, it's just like reading the messages with James and all of their one-on-ones. I'm just like, if I were in this game, I'd be like, James, go home. Bye.
I think
Oh,
he's doing all right. Right enough to the. He's so dangerous. We saw him in the mini. Like we all watched him play. Like he almost won the whole fucking thing. You know what I mean? And the fact
well,
that he's
people
not that
apparently
connected.
don't watch our minis, so
I guess not. What's up with that? Like, how are you gonna miss out on the mini? Was flames, yo. That shit was it was gasoline. It was
so
amazing.
good, and it was all social. Like y'all should have watched that, knowing Survivor was coming.
Yeah, hell yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you knew you were gonna apply, people knew that they were gonna apply to this before it even happened. I know that for a fact because they said it. And James was, I think the fact that he's not that connected, if he can like just weasel his way out of the tribe that he's on now, will be all right because he's like an asset in challenges, you know. So we'll see. You know, he's been inactive though.
Yeah, I think Vince is the scariest player on this tribe. Vince
I agree.
is so good.
He is.
I love listening to Vince just like talk about everybody and who he thinks is here and who he thinks is there because it's spot on every single time something comes out of his mouth.
Well, and when I was doing the graphics, I was like to Callie, I'm like, are you sure Vince doesn't want like a photo? Because I know, like, if I'm playing a game and there's someone who doesn't have a picture of their face, it's just like that. There's that connection that you just don't get. You know what I mean? Like looking at all these other people, it's like, okay, I see you face to face. Like there's a connection there. He's at a disadvantage because of that, but it doesn't even matter because he's just doing so well.
You know, he is slaying the social game. Even the comp like game, like he's been very present. He's been like helping and active when they're able to. Like he's killing this whole.
And I don't
game.
think people aren't onto him really.
Not at all.
No.
He's got the most options, I think, too. Because I mean, Ryan doesn't really give us much in the DR, but it seems like Ryan really trusts him a lot, and he shouldn't because Vince doesn't trust him. But he's got like if he needs to, you know,
Yeah.
hit the eject button and he's out of there, he's got options to do that. You know, I feel like he could go work with anybody in the tribe. Whereas like even Brooke isn't like super close with Ryan or isn't super close with James, and she's great socially, you know. So I think he's set up really well for this tribe, and I think he's just kind of like I think the fact that he doesn't have a picture and he's kind of like just like this guy, like he's not like any crazy personality. It works in his favor because people look at that guy and he's like, it's just Vince, you know, like he's just kind of here, whatever. He's not like if he was like mad handsome, if he like put his picture out and he was like Brad Pitt or something, everybody be like, "What? This guy's got to go. Like, we got to get this guy out of here." You know what I mean? Like, I think he's probably has the best chance to win on that tribe, in my opinion, because especially because he has a lot of experience too. said he played like 70 orgs or something like that. That's crazy.
That's a lot. I want to see a swap
Come
where
from?
him and Fea end up on the same tribe. I think those two working together or being like at each other the whole time would be really good. Because they kind of play similarly where it's like they put the foot on the gas and they just go. Like they don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We actually didn't really talk about Fea, by the way. That's a reminder.
Oh, I mean, I feel like he's the most interesting person on that tribe.
Yeah,
to
we didn't really
watch.
talk about him much. Yeah, he's got like this little scheme going on that he's trying to.
He's
I don't
planting
know
and
about it.
guarding.
I don't know about it. I feel like his plan to convince people that Princess has the idol is gonna like for what he wants to happen is gonna backfire.
Well,
'cause he
I don't
wants to
feel
get
like
rid of.
I don't feel like he needs to even do it. Like they're already like if they're already like, well,
Mhm.
Princess can go. Like he doesn't need to be adding all this extra like gas to the
Yeah.
the fire.
He likes to have fun. I love players like
Yeah.
that. I guess that's the type of shit I would probably be doing. You know what I mean? I fucking
Mhm.
love that stuff. But I think it's gonna like. There's a chance that what he's doing, as fun as it is, like they might be like, "Oh man, we need to vote Leah out because Princess
Yeah.
might have the idol," and like his plan will just totally backfire. Because if you think about it, like Leah's like one of his top allies,
Yeah.
and in his like kind of like fun, chaotic and thing that he has going on with the, Princess as an idol, this and that, like planting that seed, might work against his personal game right now, which is kind of funny. It'd be pretty hilarious, but hey, it is what it is. You know what I mean? I see why he's doing it, but I don't think it's the best thing he could do. But it's fun, so I like fun.
Yeah, I agree. I'm having a lot of fun watching him, so I hope he
Mhm.
makes it far. I think we've talked mostly about everyone on Ignis too. Oh, Steve. What is
Yeah, Steve.
Steve is. I feel like once the cast was revealed, Steve was like, I need to take a back seat because he is such like a personality and he's always he's always so loud and right there, and I think he just looked at the other personalities and said, you guys can have that. I'm going to lay low, make my own connections. I think he very much like I think he even said this like in his confessional before the game started. Like he didn't tell anybody he was playing. He didn't want anybody to know because he didn't want people to come to him and, make pregame or whatever. He hates pregame. So I think that he's trying to just make connections outside of his usual ones and kind of see where that gets him right now.
he has an idol?
He's got a freaking idol.
He hacked the whole system. Like I'm like, okay, I'm Mr.
That was
firewalled
Derek.
us.
The Discord expert. Also, Ignis, by the way, just now confirmed safe at the next tribal council.
Yeah,
so
I just
nobody
saw
will be
that.
going home from that.
That
So
I feel
either
like that's
Terra Ventus
good. You don't
go.
want to see one tribe just go.
Yeah,
back
that's
to
actually
back to back.
probably the least interesting tribe because I think that James
Mhm.
also we do gotta talk a little. James also has an idol too.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. There's so many idols.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you have Ryan as well. We'll get to that. I love Steve. Even though Steve busts my chops all the time, Steve is great to watch because Steve is just willing to do whatever and work with whoever. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people that have always put their play with. None of the people that he's playing with right now, he knows. Like he knows who James is, but he's not even really playing with him. Like them knowing each other, being in the same community, you would think, let's come together, let's be buddies. You know what I mean? And he's with Brooke, he's with Floyd, he's with Vince. Like those are his top people, And I can respect that, I think he's got a really good chance to do really well. But he is he can be a little fiery at times, and he's got a huge personality. So at some point it could stand out. But he's smart. He knows the game probably better than most. Knows Discord in the game better than, like you said, Lene, anybody that's even in the game right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy, his knowledge. He knows like everything.
It's about to be Faya versus Derek in the second tiebreaker.
Second tiebreaker?
Yeah, so they tied 4-4-4. So then she had to take one from each, and whoever answered correctly, their tribe was safe, and then it had to go to a second tiebreaker because the other two didn't get a point.
What a crazy challenge.
Yeah.
Who do we want to see go? Who do we want to see lose this?
I want to see
I want to see Derek lose.
I want to see Ventus go to tribal.
they're both good options because I think there could be exciting outcomes on either of those. So
I
I'm
just don't
actually
want to
happy.
see Bear go home, and I feel like that's what happens.
Me neither. I don't know who's sucking on the challenge, Lene. Do you know like who's like blowing it?
Flopping.
I
sucking?
haven't really paid attention to that. I've been looking at the scoreboard, but Derek is typing, so maybe
my
Derek gets it.
Oh snap! Oh, snap! They just pull.
Oh my god, at the same time. They submitted at the same time.
All right, Ventus looks like going to tribal council. I
Yep.
think it looks like, yeah. Oh, Sam, don't do that. Hold it back, yo. Hold it back. Oh shit, that's crazy. That was an awesome. I wish we could you could see like the challenges live. You know, like,
Yeah, no, like
Watch
put it up
them
on the
do it.
side. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
oh my god,
Well,
5 to 4 to 5. That's
Ask and you shall receive. I think this is gonna be interesting.
This is gonna be a shit show. I think
yes.
Princess goes. Like I just
Does Princess know that they're in as much trouble as they are?
I don't
maybe
know.
they sort of know, but they're not worried. It's like kind of weird.
Because like I think we've all played with Princess. If they want to turn it up, they could turn it up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
and
think they're about to turn it up.
I think they're super likable too. I think that Leah's in a lot of freaking trouble, man.
You think
really do.
Leah's in trouble?
I do.
do.
I do. She's such a, if she pushes Rachel again, she is going home. She has to just sit back. Jimmy and Kyle, oh please, whatever you guys want. I love you. You're my favorite. I trust you. And then she might have a chance. But if she like goes against the kings right now, which are those two, you know, sort of kings, quote unquote. But if she does that,
Yeah.
she might be see you later. Because even Liv is said in her DR onto her. Rachel obviously onto her. Rachel suspects that Leah voted them out. So it's gonna be tough. I think that Leah goes, to be honest. I really
He almost went the last time. Like
yeah.
I think it was Jimmy in his confessional. He was like, Kyle really wants Leah out and I really want Leah out, but we're not willing to say that to each other yet. But if we came together, we'd have the votes. And he wasn't wrong. I think if they actually had a conversation about it, Leah would have went out.
Should have been toast, yeah. And I feel like she's a good player, but her
Yeah.
if she could like the great players can sense when this kind of stuff is going on behind their back.
Yeah.
And that's just a one piece that she's missing is just like the awareness of that stuff. And like she told me today, I was texting her, and she told me I always trust people until they give me a reason to not trust them. Which I think it should be the other way around. I think it should be you shouldn't trust anybody until they give you a reason to trust them. And I think that's where her weakness is. And it's always she's just a good person. And that's why that's the case. She's an amazing human being.
Well, and it's kind of wild because like looking at this cast, like Leah is one of the most consistent players. So if she were to leave this early, like that's kind of like opening up the floodgates a little bit for some of these like players who maybe don't always make it super far or don't play a ton of orgs to like get some wiggle room.
I think it's almost a statement.
Like Sam
I think
should be in trouble. Like Sam should be worried. Derek should be worried. Like some of these people who are really good, I would start sweating.
Big time. I think if Leah goes, Sam might like start to get a little bit of paranoid thinking about like, yo, they took out a big threat. Like Leah doesn't want to admit it, yo, but Leah is just a huge threat. Like everyone always, she's like what I call like a 5-2 player. She has everything. She's got the strategic acumen and the implementation. She's got the social game, and she's got the comp game as well. She's got everything, and that's just she's always a threat. Like she'll either go really far and get cut at the very end because she's gonna win a jury vote, or she'll go early because of that. So we'll see. I think if she could get off the tribe, she might be good, but she's got to.
Trying to see if Aiden has anything to add.
Oh yes, we need some Aiden action.
Styles is dying for you to come in.
Yeah, I need Aiden's takes. I want Aiden's takes.
Who's your winner pick, Aiden? Jimmy. Jimmy's his winner pick.
Okay. I can see Jimmy as a contender.
He said because I know him.
I say the same thing. That's not the main reason, but I know Peter and I like know how good he is, so that's why he's like sort of my pick, you know. But
who was it earlier from the Ventus tribe that I think it was Ventus? Maybe it was Rachel. She was like, "We have to keep Peter around," and I was like, "Why?" And she was like, "For the jokes," and I'm like, "Oh my god!"
Wait, what? Wait, what's the like the backstory on that?
I walked in like. I don't even know. Like they were having this full conversation and I think they were just talking about like who they wanted to go on like the other tribes. And then she was just like, "Oh, Peter can't go. We need him. And I was like, and I'm thinking in my head, like, y'all aren't supposed to be talking to each other. So I was like, why do you need Peter? And she was like, for the jokes. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
I'm telling you, that dude right there, he's gonna cause damage because he's a snake. He is. And he like comes off mad nice. He doesn't come off like super smart or anything. He's like a sports analyst and all this. No one's gonna
can't
see
wait.
that guy coming, yo. I'm telling you, if he could I actually do agree, Lene, like he could like just be a casualty at the beginning. Like but I
Mhm.
don't think the mean girls, now they're called, are gonna turn on each other at the first vote. And that's even if they go, because like there's probably I mean, we're not going to spoil any. Actually, well, when are these people going to see this?
They won't see it until the end. Imagine if we drop this like right now.
They're not going to see it until after the season. So we know a swap is coming at the end of the week, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, actually, was that coming like tomorrow or the next day? Like, shit.
Is this
like,
the last one before swap?
Callie said the rest of the week, I thought, right?
Yeah, I think. Well, tomorrow's their last day, and then they're off Friday,
Yeah.
Saturday.
That's what I'm saying. I think we're
Swaps
going to.
next week.
So we're going from. So we're at 20 people. How the hell is this?
Oh, it's 2 teams of 10.
No, because it's
Oh,
it's right now. There's 20 people, I think. Because you
Oh.
had the 3, and then how the hell is that gonna work? Like,
It must be 18.
Yeah, then maybe a double. Like I don't really know.
I don't know.
I have to ask. I'm gonna have to ask Cal Pal about
Yeah.
that one.
Ow.
That's
Well,
her Fortnite name. That's her.
I was
Fortnite
gonna
name.
end all of these by going like, I don't know if you guys watch RHAP, but they do the like why this person lost. But we don't have that yet because everyone just lost because they weren't active and Lily did bad in a challenge. So there's not really a.
We could do that next week.
Yeah.
I mean, we can talk about it now. We can talk about who lost.
Well, I'm
I'm
sad for
glad that
Gianna.
Lily-
I love Gianna.
Yeah,
but-
no, she's a sweetheart, and she's
I
actually
mean-
good at the challenges too. It seemed like.
I think that Gianna needed to pay a little bit more attention to when we were doing this because she said that she was in like a whole live like Facebook game at the same time. So she wasn't going to be able to come to any of our comps.
Yeah, and she's good at
She-
them.
Yeah. I was really sad about Lily. I really hope that Lily
I
comes back.
know, and like I have friends with
Oh.
Ryan, and I was rooting for her to be like, "Yo, we got to get Ryan out," because if all she had to do was say, "Yo, let's get rid of Ryan," and it could have happened. But she was like,
Mhm.
you know what? I'm gonna go after James, and James just did like amazing on the challenge, So
I didn't see the challenge. How bad did Lily flop? Was it bad?
terribly.
So part of the issue is that
It was
So
a
Lily-
stackable one, right? With the
Yeah.
emojis.
and she's like relatively new to like this is her first Discord game. So I don't think that she like understood to and she kept telling Callie like I can't figure it out. Like something was like it was glitching or something was happening, but she couldn't like explain what was happening. So then like in the last like couple minutes, Callie finally was like, okay, you know what? Like I get what you're saying, just submit what you have and then resubmit off of that and just keep going. And once she got that, she was fine. But I think it was just because she was doing it on her phone and something wasn't allowing her to
phone.
sit
Yeah.
properly.
There's some things for the phone.
Mhm.
Most comms ain't for the phone.
Mm-mm. No, they're
Yeah.
not.
They're not, yo.
And then Julian was just pretty quiet, right?
Yeah, it's not even that he was actually social. He just is
Mhm.
like, and he seems like he's actually a really cool guy, but with the personalities on Ventus, like just the wild, like crazy, hilarious personalities, he could have fit in probably anywhere else. I feel like he could have fit into
Mhm.
any. He got kind of a bad draw with the tribes, but at the end of the day, you have to be able to adapt. So I mean, that is on him.
Well, and
Of
he's
course.
1/3 of the way to coming back in, so
He is. Who did anyone win tokens tonight? No, right?
that'll be tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's the facts.
Yeah.
I would say I was definitely devastated. Lily could have really been something if she could have like just slithered through a bit and made it to the merge. She seemed like just like mad nice and everyone liked Lily, but it was just such an undeniable fact that Ventus
Yeah.
had like 12 minutes or 13 minutes, and Lily had 11. So like it's like
Oh,
we have to do this. You know what I mean? We have to cut this person loose, and they just won tonight, so it's kind of like proving their statement correct. So I guess
I
I
think
see
she
what
would have done well though in any other challenge.
Yeah, she seems smart. You see that little? She put something in her diary room today. I wish we could show it. Like this cool, like little
That
metal.
welding thing,
Yeah,
yeah,
Oh,
that
her,
thing
yeah,
is
the
sick.
art that she made. It was
that
amazing.
was so cool.
Yeah, yeah,
We
and
should
a
have done a
lot.
sculpting challenge.
Yo, facts. But she showed some creativity, and you know what? Like, who says she can't get back in? You know?
Yeah,
So
I
I
mean,
think
it
she
really,
will.
you just have to win 3 comps. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
You
maybe
gotta
she has
have
it.
3
And she has
before
a long
anybody else
time. You got a
does.
long time. You know, she can come back in the final 5. You know, like she's good. You know, she got time to do this. You know.
Right, exactly. No, I think that of everyone who's gone home, Lily, if she came back, would have the most. Well, I guess Julian.
It
It's
depends
not
on
like-
when.
Yeah.
It depends
Yeah.
on when, I think. I think if Lily comes back and it's like the merge, like no one's going for Lily because everyone's going to talk about, like, everyone talks. So they're going to talk about why was this person voted out. And they're going to say Lily had 11 minutes on the challenge. And let's say Lily gets back into the game. She's going to have to win a challenge. So that obviously like kind of counteracts that. But her threat level is going to be minuscule. You know, I think Julian too. I think anybody that is or will go home this early, it's not really bad to come back. It's just gonna be
Mhm.
tough to win because
You have to
like, for
win
me-
3 specific comps.
yeah, but it's also gonna be tough to get a jury vote too
Yeah.
because if I'm a juror, just to be real, it's gonna be you're gonna have to really like slay this shit for
Chris Underwood, your way there.
yeah. Shit, even Chris Underwood, your way there might not even be enough. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You're gonna have to come back like early merge and like just run shit. Like Rick Devens it. You know, like that's what you
Yeah.
have to-
Yeah.
I don't know who these people are.
Legends. I wouldn't recommend watching that season, Lene, but we can watch a season one day.
We should have a watch party.
100%. Yeah, I'm down for any. I am.
I don't
so,
have a life, so I can do whatever.
Callie needs to watch more Survivor too, so.
Yeah, she does. Hell
He
yeah.
goes the whole last game and doesn't watch it.
I know last season was so funny because I was like, you could tell she had no idea what the fuck it was.
Which is crazy because I played a Survivor game with her back in May, I think, and she came in second place.
I mean, she could play anything.
I've
Yeah,
never
she's so
seen it.
good.
I played a Survivor game with 200 people and I had never seen it.
200?
Yeah, I finished third.
The fuck?
Yo,
Mhm.
I remember you saying that. You're definitely a good player, Lene. I'd be scared of you, kind of.
I went to All Stars right after that, and I think I finished like third or fourth there.
Lene has outlasted me in every single org we've played together.
I never played with either of you fine, amazing people.
I want to play with you, Styles. I feel like you're fun.
I'm very fun, but you probably don't want to play with me.
No.
Why not? Whoa! Well, actually, Lene saw me behind the scenes, so she got to see.
Yeah, no.
What's wrong? What's wrong with me, Lene? Come on, I'm
Just
cool.
so chaotic. Like he could be like, "You're my number one. Vote them out," and I'm just like, "Like what is going on?"
Are there
Oh my
any final thoughts before I stop recording?
My only final thought is I kind of want the Fartastic Four to just take a shit.
Yeah.
Like I want them to explode. Like
You
I'm
want the
just
toilet to
waiting
back
on it.
up. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm waiting
Yeah.
for the next. I'm waiting for like Ignis to be like the fiery diarrheas. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. That was the
Um,
best name that Aiden has come up with. The Fartastic.
oh my
Four.
god, yeah, Aiden is he's getting a bigger raise. He's gonna get paid more than me out here. You know what I
I
mean?
know, he's
Put
gonna
it in
start
that word.
getting paid.
Holy snap!
We should say before we go off who's going home, Princess or Leah.
Princess.
I don't. She'll probably listen to this. And Leah, you're my best friend. I can't wait to play Fortnite with you. Probably in like 30 minutes after this. But I think you're going home.
I
I'm
think
sorry.
Princess. I think Leah's gonna get out of it okay.
I don't know. We'll see. It all depends on how she behaves. If she can just go with the flow, she might. But if she tries to push racial, it's Crocodile Dundee out here.
Yeah.
I wonder if she already is.
Yeah, I know. We're like,
yeah,
but
yeah.
we're gonna do another one of these. What after the weekend? See what's gone on.
Yeah. Maybe like Wednesday. Let's just do Wednesdays.
What are we
Really?
calling it? We need a name for this. It can't just be the Northern Lights.
You act like
podcast.
you're here every week.
Styles, you should be here every week. It's a good dynamic.
We'll see about that. You know what I mean? We'll see what the fans think. They can vote me back in. But
The fans.
Should I?
we
Put
should
this in-
name. We should name this.
Yeah. What are we naming it? Something
Aiden,
good.
what should we name our podcast?
It needs to be branded for Brian.
Let Aiden do it. Let Aiden come up with the name.
He's thinking really hard. Come
Just
on.
throw something out there. Whatever he says, I'm going with it. Well, you guys are more in control of it, but I'm voting for it.
I think he's Googling. I'm not really sure what's happening, but
Whatever Aiden does, I am a vote in that direction.
we're about to be like big star. Derek is like a legit celebrity. I'm so pumped.
Wait, Derek, you're a celebrity?
I'm Gamus.
You're a what?
What?
You're a gameist?
No, I'm not famous. I'm Gamus. I'm only famous for the gays.
Wait, where do I like follow you at? Tell everybody where to follow you. Like,
No, we're not doing all that, Lene. No cameras, no cameras, please.
Link your merch here.
Lene, where's my merch? Are you not wearing my merch? Interesting.
I honestly thought about it, but the pink drowned out my hair. I'll wear it next time,
Okay, I'll wear my Lene merch.
please.
Hell yeah, I can't wait to see. We need to, you know, Aiden's profile picture? It's got to be just plastered.
Oh yeah, just a picture of Aiden.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I'm so down. I'm so down. I'm buying every size. Yeah, I'll get a crop top of that. Yeah, I don't even care.
Okay, Aiden has named us the Invisible Hobby.
The what?
The invisible hobby.
The Invisible Hobby. Probably because like, who tells their real life friends about this?
You'd be surprised. I don't tell everybody, but I do say like, yo, that's like, I don't like go into details, but they ask like, yo, Styles, what do you like? And I'm like, I
Or
like online reality social strategy games.
I had to
They're like, what
explain
the
it.
fuck?
I had to explain it on a date today.
Did you
Get them
hear
to
back
play.
from them?
Hmm?
Did they text you back?
Let's see. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
I have told my my past like girls I've like hung out with that I like that stuff, and they're like, oh, nice, that's cool. Like, but I will say though, like Luke didn't know shit about Survivor like a year ago, and like me talking about this stuff got him to play this, so it should be interesting.
I wanted to recruit so many people in my life, and they're like, no.
And I'm excited. I'm happy for. I think Luke has been very entertaining so far. I'm pleasantly surprised.
Just from his profile picture alone.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there, but you know, he probably had a couple bevs. He was just vibing out, having a good time.
It ranks right up there with Styles' production photo.
That's my finest moment.
Yeah, top two.
You're not gonna do much better than that.
I'm stopping recording because we're literally over an hour, and there's no way anyone is
Okay,
gonna
bye.
There might be one person, and that one person's here. I love you.
Yeah, exactly. So I'll catch you guys next Wednesday, and we'll do this again.
All right, I'll see you later. Well, if you guys invite me, of course, I'll be willing. You know that.
Yeah, we can invite Styles.
Sure.